will drive him into a land barren and desolate.
Where's the land barren and desolate? When you think of something barren and desolate, you think of what?
Desert.
A desert. Okay? So where's the deserts at? The Middle East, man. Saudi Arabia, Syria. That whole region, man. That's where this world war is going to break out. For what? For the Lord to come back and fry these heathens up. Go ahead, bro.
It says, with his face toward the East Sea.
Which the East Sea is referring to, the East Sea, I believe, is Jordan, right there.
And the Persian Gulf.
Oh, the Persian Gulf, Slovakia. Yep, go ahead.
And his hinder part towards the utmost sea.
Which is the Mediterranean, man. Go ahead.
And his stink shall come up.
And his stink shall come up. What's going to cause the troops of America and its allies to come up? A lot of them being killed, man. Because there's going to be a world war taking place, a big-ass war. They're going to be getting gunned out there. Nobody's going to have time to bury them. Okay? So it's going to be stinky as fuck out there, man. Plus, you're going to have bombs, different types of bombs going off. Okay? Some of these bombs are going to be nuclear. Some of these bombs are going to be like plagues. You remember that movie Spawn? Well, in that movie Spawn, the main dude, Spawn's boss, the Edomite dude, he said he had a bomb that was attached to a warhead that would make a skin rash look like the common flu.
Yeah.
Because they have bioweapons, man. Bioweapons that can make people explode, rot from the inside, all types of things, man. What do you think the CDC is doing behind closed doors? Twiddling their thumbs? They're creating different types of bioweapons, man. Plagues, viruses, to unleash on the populace, man. This isn't just a joke, man. We don't do this for shits and giggles, man. We're telling you true facts, man. Just turn on your TV, go to the YouTube, and see what goes on with the CDC. They're in there playing with viruses like they're toys, man. Mutating them like the little guinea pigs, man. And actually injecting them into guinea pigs to see what happens. Okay, all these vaccines they shoot into your kids, your babies, what do you think those are? Those are bioweapons, man. Okay? That way all these new diseases come out of nowhere. We ain't ever heard of H1N1 in the ancient world. H1N1 was made up by the US government. Okay, the swine flu, bird flu, all that shit was made up by you Edomites, man. Then you got the nurses, the doctors, they gotta sign a Hippocratic oath. Say, them know damn well that they can't prescribe you anything to cure you. Okay? They can't tell you, oh, this will cure you, because they can get sued. They can get thrown in prison. Why? Because they had to sign a Hippocratic oath. They know that they're selling you poison. They know that what they're doing is killing you. But what? They're afraid to say anything because that's their money. That's how they feed their family. Okay? What?
And so it says, his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things.
And what are the great things he's done? Put these people into slavery, stole our heritage from us, told us that we're nothing but monkeys. Okay? Told us that we'll never be anything. When he sees us prospering, he takes all our shit from us. Look what happened to Black Wall Street. Okay? You had Judah and Gad and some of the other tribes prospering, built up cities. And what did Esau do? He said, oh, they're out there raping white women. They brought the U.S. government and bombed the shit out of them. They flew jet bombers over them. Was dropping bombs on them.
Right here, San Pedro, honey.
Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel 25 and 12. Thus saith Yahweh, power, because the Edom has dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance.
Yeah, the house of Judah, you so-called Negroes. He took vengeance upon you. He knows you're the head tribe. Okay? He was castrating the Negroes. while they were on the slave ships during slavery. He did all kinds of great evil things to the tribes, man. But primarily Judah and Ephraim. Okay, I was talking to this brother about what they were doing to the Ephraimite women on the island, man. They had an experiment where they were sterilizing the Ephraimite women, man. What do you think they were doing to the tribes here in America when you go to prison? They were sterilizing the women of the tribes, man, so that when they would come out of prison, they couldn't bring forth children to the Israelite men, because they know that we like to be fruitful, man, and multiply. And the name Ephraim in itself means apario, which means he is fruitful. You see the so-called Puerto Ricans, they have a lot of children, man. All the tribes, but mainly Judah and Ephraim. Okay, my father and my mother, just them alone, had 9 children, man. 9 or 10 children. And I don't even know how many other children my father had with other women. I just know of him and my mom, my biological mom. They had 9 children, man. And that was the name that was given to the so-called Puerto Ricans. Aparium, he is fruitful. Because our forefather Joseph, Yahweh made him fruitful in the land of Egypt when he was sold to the Egyptians, okay, by the Ishmaelites. All right, people, the brothers, the other tribes threw Joseph in a pit, but the Midianites found him in the pit, and the Midianites sold him to Ishmael. Then Ishmael brought him to Egypt and sold him unto the Egyptians. So when Joseph was in Egypt catching hell, he said, "I'm gonna name this son Ephraim because Yahweh had made me fruitful in my captivity." Okay, so that's why the so-called Puerto Ricans got that name. Go ahead, bro.
It says, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and hath greatly offended.
Yeah, you greatly offended. You greatly offended by calling yourself the Jew. Calling yourself Yahweh. Calling yourself Judah. But you don't speak real Hebrew. You speak Yiddish. Okay? So what do you say? You say Yehudi. You say Yehudi. Okay? Fucking Satan, man. Out here just bugging. Being a nitwit. That's his job. Okay? But because Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance. Hey, it's slavery. What were you doing in Judah? The so-called Negroes. They were hanging Judah on trees, man. Burning them alive. That's where you get the term picnic. It goes back to pick a nigga. They would pick out a Judite, and then they would burn him while they feasted around his body of place, man. Go ahead, bro. You have something to say?
No, I have one. And revenged himself upon them.
Yeah, you revenge yourself upon Judah for what we were doing to you, man, in the ancient world. Hey, it said King Amaziah, I believe it was Amaziah or Hezekiah, would take Edomites to the highest mountain and drop them off just to see them splattered for fun. And you know about this through the Spirit. That's why you took vengeance upon Judah the way you did. Because see, King Hezekiah, or Amaziah Salakia, was a king of Judah, a great royal warrior, man. And he would kill Edomites for fun, just the way we're gonna do in the kingdom. We're gonna be killing you Edomites for fun, for sport. We're gonna have our babies kill you Edomites for fun, man. Our babies are gonna have spiritual power. Our babies are gonna be riding lions, riding with the pack of lions. And you know what? We're gonna create new creatures. So the little Israelite baby gonna be riding a lion, have some pterodactyls flying with them, just to kill Edomites, man. And you know what? He's not gonna be doing something wicked. It's gonna be righteous because you Edomites are gonna be doing wicked things in the kingdom. Okay? We just read that you show favor unto the wicked. He can't do right. Psalms 58:3 says, they are estranged from the womb.
Hey, really, it's righteous because everything that you've done throughout all the ages, this is going to be your punishment for it. So no matter what you do, and the kingdom, you're gonna be getting punished for the things that you've done on the earth in these times.
Hey, yeah, because Romans tells you the wages of sin is death. And you know what? Every nation in the kingdom is going to be under sin besides the nation of Israel. Because you know what? We're going to be giving the law. And you know what? We're going to have to execute that judgment when you go off. And since the red Hebrew Edomites can't do right even if they wanted to, every day is going to be a bloodbath besides the Sabbath. Every day. Besides the Sabbath. So our children are going to be like, man, I want to be like my forefather Hezekiah. I want to be like my forefather David. And they're going to be riding out executing the judgment of the Lord. Just like today you got gangs of Israelites that kill each other. In the kingdom there's going to be cliques of young jakes riding around putting heathens to death, man. It's going to be lit. Okay? It's going to be super lit. You have so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in the kingdom putting these heathens to death. All right? Go ahead, bro.
It says, therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom.
Yeah, he's not going to stretch out his hand upon you to show you mercy. He's going to stretch out his hand upon you like he's ready to tear you up. Okay? Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has nothing good coming to you red Hebrew Edomites, man. The real red man. Okay? What you call man, the red man? You're the real red man. Go ahead.
It says, and I will make it a slut, and will cut off man and beast from it, and will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword.
Yeah, so you Edomites are going to fall by the sword. You're going to make all your countries, your kingdoms desolate. Okay? What do you think's going to happen to Russia? What do you think's going to happen to Europe? No, they're not going to be totally decimated like America, but they're going to get messed up. They're going to get shot with nukes. Okay? Why? Because that's vengeance Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Yeah, and it says that when the Lord comes back, he's gonna be the horns. In Habakkuk. I think it's in Habakkuk.
Oh yeah, good.
Habakkuk 4. Habakkuk chapter 4. Or is it Habakkuk 4 or Malachi 4?
Nah, it's in the book of Habakkuk. I'm gonna get it.
There's no 4?
Nah, it's 2, I believe.
Is it 2? You sure?
Pretty sure I read it quite a few times.
Yeah, because it says that burning coals are going to go before his feet.
Habakkuk 3.
Habakkuk 3?
Yeah.
It says, go to Habakkuk 3. It says, burning coals shall go at his feet. So nuclear missiles are going to cause major destruction. But when the Lord comes back, the chariots are going to be burning up these countries, man. Yahweh Shai is going to be burning up these countries, too.
Yeah. Yeah, because the burning coals that went under his feet, that's talking about the nukes. Because heaven is his throne. Earth is what? His footstool. So when it says burning coals went at his feet, it's referring to the nuclear bombs. Okay? But go ahead, brother.
Hold on, wait. Before you get that. This is Isaiah 66 and 15.
God.
For behold, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
Yeah, that fire is talking about the missiles, man. That's that fire. And with his chariots like a whirlwind. And you had some U.S. military general that just showed what they deemed in actual footage of an actual encounter of the fourth kind. Or what was it? Encounter of the fifth kind?
The fourth kind would be getting abducted. Alien abduction.
Well, it was an encounter, okay? And they showed the chariot. And the chariot was in that typical saucer shape, which they could take many shapes. But that's just the shape that they come in at certain times to terrify certain Edomites, man. Or reveal themselves to certain people. You know, because when me and this brother seen them, they were not in no circular shape. They looked like fire, man. And then they were able to make orbs, circular shapes. But when we first seen them, they look like fire, man.
They look like how the scriptures call them burning lamps.
Yeah, con.
They look like burning lamps in the sky.
Yep.
And they were dancing, man.
Yeah.
They were dancing.
They were dancing, spinning around, and they were all in unison.
Yeah. They were making shapes.
Yep. Yeah. And then they all formed the big Megazord orb,
Yeah.
and they split into little orbs, man.
Yeah, bro. It was
Just to show you that it wasn't just some mirage or we seen something. They made themselves known to us, man.
Hey, and there was people walking by. We're like, do you see that? Do you see it? They're like, see what?
They call us bug outs.
They call us bug outs. We're just like, you don't see that right there.
Yeah, they call us bug outs. And you know what's crazy is my little brother, that's not even in the truth, seen them. And he called us and he was like, did you guys see that?
Maybe the Lord could wake him up.
Hey, you never know. The Lord can wake up whoever he wants. It's his program.
I mean, we gave him the truth.
Good.
The Lord, it may just be, because it's like a time lock.
No, she just looked at my ugly side.
It's like a time lock or a ticking time bomb, you know. And it's like you just can't hack it. You can't hack the Lord's clock.
Good.
You know what I mean? So you're trying to give somebody the truth and they're rejecting it because it's not that person's time yet. You know? But he could still, that person could still wake up. It's just not when the Lord wants. Because we're on the Lord's time for everything. All right, you want to understand the scripture. All right, and you're just like, Lord, you're just praying to the Lord. You're like, why can't I get this? You will. Just be patient. Everything in its time, man. Everything in its season. You're nothing. We're nothing.
Just
all right?
vessels, yeah.
All right, we're waiting for the Lord. Hey, that's why it says, wait ye upon the Lord, man. You gotta wait on the Lord for everything, man. For understanding, all right, for things that may happen to you. You might catch hell for a long period of time. You gotta wait because it's the Lord's program. All right.
Is there any more there?
It says, the Lord will come with fire and his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fire, with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Yeah, to render his anger with fire, man. With those missiles, man. And his rebuke with flames of fire. You know? Hey, there ain't gonna be just fire coming from the missiles. Keep going, bro.
For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh Shem Yahushua plead with all flesh.
Yep.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
And the slain of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to be many. That's why we say, man, we're out here to glorify Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua did all this to glorify himself. Hey, it says that he raised up Pharaoh to what? To show his power in Pharaoh, man. To show exactly what he could do. So nobody gets out of pocket and acts all proud. But you know what? You heathens forgot. You forgot about Allah Shachah. You forgot about Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. But he's going to make himself known to you in the world one more again. He's going to do it one more again. Okay? But this time it's going to surpass what he did in ancient Egypt.
Romans 9:17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee.
Yeah, so he raised up Pharaoh to be proud as fuck, to gather his troops, his military to come against his chosen people, his children. What did Yahweh tell Moses to tell Pharaoh? He said, let my son Israel go, my children. And you know what? This is that time. This is a remembrance of those times, the Passover. You know? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua gonna do great wonders this year, man. This is the year of Karagma, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip for you people that don't understand. Now, we're not saying that it's gonna be mandated, but we are gonna say that the pushing of this chip is going to excel. You're gonna see more and more people getting the chip, pushing the chip, more than they were last year or the year before. And you know what? It might be mandated this year, man. And if it does, call Halalim Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? Okay? Go ahead, bro.
That was it on that.
You want to get heaven?
Oh no, wait. It says, and that my name might be declared throughout the earth.
And that his name might be declared throughout the earth. When we came out of ancient Egypt, and we went to go destroy all the heathens, the Canaanites, what did Rahab say to Joshua's men? She said, we heard about what Yahweh did in Egypt, and how he delivered you with the mighty hand and with pestilences, with plagues. Yahweh says he's going to smite Egypt again with plagues as before. What are some of those plagues? Frogs, okay, locusts, lice, flies, darkness that you could feel.
Yeah, pests. Let's just say pests.
Yeah, pests, pestilence. You know, and ultimately the slaying of the firstborn. Like I was talking to this brother years ago, we could wake up one day and come outside and just people screaming because the Lord killed their firstborn.
Well, it's going to be terrible because look, when the economy collapses, that's going to be when the Lord really brings these plagues about now. And you're going to have, hey look, you're going to have the streets covered with flies, rats running all up and down the streets, all right? It's going to, hey, wildlife is going to run rampant. These pests are going to run rampant, man. Cockroaches everywhere. You're gonna open up a refrigerator, there's just gonna be a fucking mountain of rats. Huh?
Better.
Yeah.
No, you can keep speaking. I was just...
It's in the back.
Oh, okay, good.
It's in that part.
Just whatever.
There's gonna be flies everywhere. Alright? All over the food, buzzing all over you. Getting sick because flies carry diseases. So if you got hordes of flies on you, alright? All manner of different types of pests, man. Rats, frogs, lice, all right, scabies, all types. Dude, it's gonna be hell. All right, you're gonna see these people. They're gonna be fucking destroyed, man. All right, they're gonna have flesh-eating diseases. People are gonna come. They're gonna half of their face gonna be eaten off. They have sores, boils all over them. All right.
Well, these super mutated plagues he saw us creating in the CDC.
Yep.
Bro.
Smallpox.
Bro, terrifying shit. But you look at bioweapons that they use in wars like, SARS, anthrax. Bro, shit like that is scary, bro. Anthrax, what it does to you, that's like a flesh-eating disease, ain't it?
Anthrax stops your respiratory system. So you suffocate to death.
Yeah, there's some other ones though that, like you can see it, like, bro, it looks fucking nasty.
But you know what? That's fucking terrible. Hold your breath. Just hold your breath to the point where and imagine that you couldn't breathe anymore.
Yeah.
There was your lungs will explode. Your eyes will pop out of your head. You don't just quietly fall asleep and die. Your fucking brain will turn to mush because you ain't getting no fucking oxygen to your head, man.
Yeah, they got chlorine bombs, different types of weapons like that, to where people try to breathe, but they can't. It shuts down your whole respiratory system. Terrifying stuff, man. Things that are coming to the earth, okay? And it says men's hearts are going to fail them for the things that are coming upon the earth. All right, packs of wild animals out here, okay? You still got in the mountains around here, mountain lions. What do you think is gonna happen when they start smelling blood? You know, San Jose has a big zoo called Happy Hollow Zoo. When I went there as a child, they had a tiger in there. They had a lion in there. I mean, not a lion, a tiger, and they had a leopard.
I got a script.
Go ahead, bro.
Jeremiah 15:3. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith Yahweh Shemel Shah, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear.
Yeah, the sword to slay. Which is talking about Esau, man. Him and his military troops. NATO. These martial law troops. The United Nations. Every time there's an event that happens within a government that's mass, what do? They send in the UN, the United Nations, to bring in their so-called peace. What are they called? The blue helmets or white helmets?
Yeah, they're peace. What are they called? The peacekeepers. Or
Yeah.
Peace, whatever. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's through death, through the sword, man.
Yeah, that's the scriptures, man. And through his policy, peace, and through peace shall he cause people to be put to death.
Yep.
Okay? And when they shall say peace and safety, there cometh what? Sudden destruction, man. That's what's about to take place, is sudden destruction. They keep talking about peace and peace on earth. There ain't no peace. Just turn on your TV. Look at what's going on in the world, man. Okay? There ain't no peace going on. There ain't even no peace going on in America. Okay? So how could there be peace in the earth? How can America talk about bringing peace to these other countries when there ain't no peace here, man? Okay, this country is divided, man, because you damn red Hebrew Edomites, and really, ultimately, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he told us not to make any alliances or join hand in hand with these other nations, because then they will start teaching our people their wicked ways. Okay? And all these other nations are going into slavery under these people.
That's script.
Go ahead, bro.
Daniel 8:25, and through his policy also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand,
Yep.
and he shall magnify himself in his heart,
Yeah.
and by peace shall destroy many.
Hey, and that's exactly what he does. Okay? All his policies, all different agendas, different laws and bills he passes, his new world order that he wants to bring about. Which what? A lot of these movies, they show you that Esau will have a slogan for the new world order. That it's for peace. Love your government. Big Brother's here to help you. Keep you safe.
Oh,
It really is to kill you.
Isaiah
To further oppress you. To put you to death.
31 or 30.
That's what he's about, man. His ways are his death. Okay? And through peace shall destroy many. Our people were destroyed for believing in that false image of peace. Because of these puppets that Esau sets up. Okay, you had Martin Luther King talking about he believed a day where white women and white children and black children will be joining hand in peace. That could never happen, man. And they had this demon talking about peace, 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 just to make Judah forget about certain oppressions. But meanwhile, they're getting shot in the street. Okay, still getting lynched in different parts of the America. Okay, still getting thrown in prison, gunned down, robbed, getting falsely accused. That's that peace that the so-called white man talks about, man.
Hey, get
Which is death,
Isaiah, get 30 and 12.
which is chaos. Okay, you can't go to the devil for peace. You can't believe in this man that done raped, robbed, and murdered the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All of a sudden, he's gonna be a nice guy? That don't make no fucking sense, man.
Let this brother get, got two scriptures lined up for you.
This Isaiah 30 and 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression.
Hey, and our people trust in oppression. They despise the word. Proverbs 13 and 13 says, whoso despises the word shall be destroyed. 2/3 of our people despise the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.